welcome to the MaffmanJones movie reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured film is Logan, directed by James Mangold, who previously helmed the Wolverine in 2013. This is supposedly going to be the last film in the X-Men franchise, as of now, that stars Hugh Jackman as the iconic character of Logan, Wolverine. We know him from the X-Men. He's awesome. He's been playing the character for 17 years. I remember seeing the first movie with my family in 2000. Like, I still have that in my head. And I can't fathom that he's been playing this character for 17 years, but he's done with it now. Almost 2 decades. That is... The story takes place in the distant but not so distant future in 2029. Most mutants, for some reason, just don't exist. But a couple do still live, including Logan and Professor X, played by Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. They're hiding out in a desolate location, and they're doing their own thing, just trying to make money so they can survive and live for as long as they could. But they don't give a shit anymore. They're old, they're weary, they're dying, but they come across a little girl who is similar in ways to a certain character, and this creates a family connection. Both Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart realize that this girl is the key to the future of the mutant race, so they do whatever they can to keep her safe from any impending villainous doom that may be chasing them. You do have to know that, at least in my opinion, and I think I share this opinion with a lot of other people, this is just one incredible film that is such a great send-off for Hugh Jackman. It's such a great swan song for the character he's been playing. People love this character. Of the X-Men, there's so many great characters in the X-Men lore, but people have been growing up, watching, just being a part of Hugh Jackman's career with Wolverine for 17 years, and this is the movie. There's going to be a movie that's going to end his career as Wolverine, not film career, but as his character. This is the movie. It's one of the best comic movies that I've seen ever, yes, because it just gets the character right, but it also tells a very compelling story. Do we get some antagonistic characters who chase our heroes in the process? Yes. Are they exactly memorable? Not really, but I do want to say really quick, Donald Pierce is a memorable character, as much as he doesn't really have much going on in the background. I enjoyed his performance, I enjoyed his character, and I liked what he had to do. I also liked Caliban, played by Stephen Merchant. Stephen Merchant's a comedian. Never would have expected him to take on a role like this, but it worked for him, and I really liked what he had to offer to his role for the whole story. Moving into the nitty-gritty of this flick, it's just raw intensity, raw violence, really genuine, poignant emotion that really soars through. Action is just amazing. It services the story, so it's therefore more compelling and engaging for it. It's violent, there's gore, there's blood, there are moments that you were going to go, oh shit, oh my god, wow, because it's the kind of movie where you're not going to expect a lot of things to happen. Even though it's a rated R Wolverine movie and you got a guy with razor-sharp adamantium claws just ripping people apart, you're not going to be used to what you're going to see on screen, and it's very satisfying. It delivers on all fronts in regard to that, but it's still super surprising, and it's going to make you gasp and go, woo! The performances are also just really draining, but in a good way. Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, again, are playing weary, old, drained-out versions of their characters. They are just at the end of their lives. They don't care anymore, but they have some hope in this character, this young girl. But you see, especially if you've been following these characters, you could see the journey, and it feels genuine, and they've been through a lot. The little girl, Laura, who is the mutant with the claws that's similar to Wolverine, played by Daphne Keane, great. She sells her acting on just raw facial expressions for the most part, and she's a really young actress, and yeah, you really buy into her character. She also complements the Wolverine character very well because she screams a lot, she slashes a lot, and she just kicks so much ass. From a filmmaking standpoint, Logan is one of the most competently directed films ever, in my opinion. There's a great direction from beginning to end, it's really well edited, every scene has great purpose, and it's always leading into the next thing, every scene. Also thanks to great performances and a really solid story that is personal, but also has stakes in the world of these characters. There are moments where the movie slows down. There are a couple things that I didn't like in the plot that seemed a little too convenient. Little tiny things. One thing involving an iPhone that Hugh Jackman discovers a little early on in the movie. I thought it was a little too convenient. The rest of the movie I was fine with. The slow parts, at first, they are draggy, but once you realize the full scope of what's going on in these scenes, you will realize that on rewatches it will feel better and it will make more sense. But I was very impressed with the direction of this movie from beginning to end, especially its lead up to its conclusion. And then the conclusion itself is just, imagine if Scorpion took his little thing and went, "Get over here," and ripped out your heart. It's like that. I've been playing Nintendo Switch, I've been playing Breath of the Wild, the new Legend of Zelda game, all day, just to try to avoid thinking about this movie, because it leaves an impact. And I would be lying to you guys if I said that I'm not going to be thinking about the last scene and the last shot of the movie for a long time. It's embedded in my brain forever now. Overall, though, Logan is one hell of a great film. Great characters, a really solid, engaging story, and every character serves a purpose, even if they're not all memorable. Everybody has something to do. The filmmaking from beginning to end is relentless, it's intense. The movie drags in moments, but most of the draggy moments do have purpose as well, and upon rewatches, I think those draggy scenes will play out better. It's also fun to see characters we know and love that have been PG-13ized for years now, just cursing up a storm. It's also amazing to see this incredible raw action, this violence, just watching people's heads come off, claws going through faces and limbs flying. This movie did exactly what it wanted to do for its character, Wolverine, but it also just had a really impactful story. It's great. I don't know what else to say about Logan. I have nothing else to say. All I have to say now is go see the movie in theaters, because Logan is going to be a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's mafadociously darn good. But now I want to know from you guys, what did you think of Logan? Bubs, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please share, please like, please subscribe if you haven't already, pretty please. Check out my social medias down below and my ODYSSEY page as well. Thank you very much for watching, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.